Hello everyone. I would like to welcome all of you to the What's New in CAMWorks 2010 presentation. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mike Sowers, and I am the Director of Support and Services here at Geometric Technologies. Before I begin the presentation, on behalf of the CAMWorks team, I would like to thank all of the users who have actively participated in the CAMWorks 2010 beta program. We've received a tremendous amount of response from our users. I would also like to thank our development team, who has given utmost efforts in developing and working hard on release schedules. Since we in the support team work side by side with the development team, I will present the insight of all the new features and improvements. One last item before we start. Although we will be referring to SOLIDWORKS during the entire presentation, the same applies to our users with CAMWorks Solids. So let's get started. The first item on the agenda I'd like to show you is the general commands, followed by milling, then turning mill turn, simulation step-through toolpath, the technology database, then the wire EDM, and multi-axis. User-defined tools and holders. This particular enhancement has come from a number of users. Prior to CAMWorks 2010, if the user wanted to create a customized tool and holder, the user had to go to the CAMWorks Utilities, which of course is a separate add-in in SOLIDWORKS. Since this is a frequently used option, we have moved it from the CAMWorks Utilities add-in to CAMWorks itself. As you can see from the image, the parameters are similar to what we had in CAMWorks 2009 and previous versions. It will ask for a file name, file type, and if the user wants to save the tool or tool holder, he or she selects the proper extension type. Also notice you see a preview as well. This is to ensure all the parameters for the tool and holder are valid parameters. By now, you probably noticed the user-defined tool and holder option opens up in the SOLIDWORKS Property Manager. Yes, you heard me correctly, the SOLIDWORKS Property Manager. Let's discuss this in more detail on the next slide. Insert Mill, Turn, EDM, Setup dialog boxes in SOLIDWORKS Property Manager. Ever since CAMWorks was released as the very first CAM Gold partner of SOLIDWORKS, we have been able to use the SOLIDWORKS user interface while working with CAMWorks where possible. As you know, whenever you are in a SOLIDWORKS command, the dialog box displays in the Property Manager. In CAMWorks 2010, whenever you create a mill, turn, or EDM setup, you will be directed to the SOLIDWORKS Property Manager. Once you exit from the setup, SOLIDWORKS will automatically switch to the CAMWorks feature or operation tree. Currently, this functionality is not available in assembly documents. However, in future releases, you will see a steady progression of other dialogues being relocated to the SOLIDWORKS Property Manager. Operation Dialog Preview Display Option. Prior to CAMWorks 2010, while you are in a operation dialog and a parameter modification is made, once you click on the preview function, the operation dialog box would collapse. Some of our users do not want the automatic collapse when preview is clicked. So for those users, a new control has been provided in CAMWorks Options Display tab, which will control the automatic collapse of this button. When this option is checked, the operation dialog automatically collapses when a preview is clicked and acts just like previous versions of CAMWorks. However, when this option is unchecked, the operation dialog does not collapse when a preview is clicked. This is extremely helpful for those of you who are running dual monitors. Estimated machine time calculation. Until CAMWorks 2010, the total toolpath time calculated is given as actual machining time. But obviously there are other factors involved like indexing of the job, tool changing time, acceleration and deceleration, and rapid feed rate, which is different for different machines. These factors also need to be considered for the total machining time. So Geometric Technologies has realized the importance of these factors in calculation of the estimated machine time, and they have been added to the technology database, where the defined machine is located as you see here. Under the Specification tab, the Turret tab, and then the Spindle tab. shaded mill, and turn tool display in Step Through and Edit Toolpath. In the previous versions of CAMWorks, whenever you used Step Through Toolpath option, the display of the tool as well as the holder was in wireframe mode. In CAMWorks 2010, you now have the ability to change the display of the tool and holder to translucent or shaded mode as well as wireframe. This option has been incorporated in all the modules. Shaded mill and turn tool display for operations. On the similar context, if you were in a tool tab of an operation dialog box, the display of the tool and holder can be seen in translucent and in shaded mode. Let's take a look at milling. 3-axis minimum tool protrusion calculation. This parameter will help you by giving the minimum tool length which is required to machine the part for a given operation. This new functionality is supported in all 3-axis operations and is found in the Advanced tab of the Operation dialog box. If the current tool length is less than the required length to machine the part, then after toolpath calculation you will get a warning message in the CAMWorks Process Manager. So let's see this with the help of an example file. When I edit the 3-axis operation and go into the Mill Holder tab, I see that the tool length is less than what is needed to machine the part. To see what tool length I need to use, I simply go to the Advanced tab, and with the new option I check Calculate Minimum Tool Protrusion. It shows me the current tool length is 20 millimeters. After generating the toolpath, it will give me a warning that the current tool protrusion is less than the calculated minimum protrusion, as you can see there. So I edit the toolpath, and it will give me the minimum tool length required is 33 millimeters. So now with this information, I will use this value in defining the tool length. Mirror toolpaths. This new command will mirror the toolpaths within an operation. The mirror command works in a similar manner as the mirror command works in SOLIDWORKS sketches. In this mirror command, the mirror entities can be selected as a line, or as an axis, or as a 2D mirror. So as you can see in the image, the mirror command has been provided in the Advanced tab of all operations. I would like to point out a couple of items about the mirror command. First of all, it's available in our 2-axis and 3-axis, with the exception of our older 3-axis strategies. Secondly, when you use this command, climb milling becomes conventional milling, and vice versa. So if you're using conventional milling and you use the mirror command, it then becomes climb milling. Let me show you the mirror toolpath in action. So I'm going to edit Rough Mill 14. I'm going to go to the Advanced tab, select Mirror Toolpath, keep the original, and the mirror entity in this case is going to be a SOLIDWORKS sketch. Click OK, and here you can clearly see that the toolpath has been mirrored.